The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
But the bigger news is this, Carl.
What?
26 Democrats joined the Republican resolution demanding a special counsel on the IRS.
Wow.
That's 26.
Big.
So
Yeah.
now you've got 6 on Lois Lerner, and you've got 26 regarding the special counsel. That means that it's very difficult for liberals and mainstream media or Democrats to say that this is all merely a Republican concern.
Right.
It's obvious that it's a growing American concern. The American people are worried about the abusive power of the IRS, and the American people want to ensure that the IRS doesn't get involved in what it really amounts to suppressing political activity. That's what they were doing.
Well, why doesn't Lois Lerner do what Hillary did and just say, what does it matter? What difference does it make?
Well, she already spoke too much. Had she just remained quiet, she would have literally have taken the fifth, and then she would be beyond the reach of Congress.
Right.
But the key here is that she did plead her innocence and then pleaded the fifth. You can't do that. You can't have it both ways.
Right.
And that's what put her in a legal box. So, Carl, basically, she's going to two things are possible, and the third, I hope, does not happen. She's either going to have to speak, or she's going to go to jail, or something terrible will happen to her, as happened to Loretta Fuddy. Those are the three things. Those are the only three possible outcomes.
Right.
And I pray to God it's not number 3, because she's a key witness in all this. And let me say this about Lois Lerner. Lois Lerner is really, it's going to be very hard for them to get away from this contempt of Congress vote. Remember when Eric Holder was held in contempt, he basically went to the courts and said he really can't speak to Congress because so much of his conversation was privileged. Right. Meaning he spoke with Obama, and therefore it's got executive privilege.
Right.
Well, they can't say that about Lois Lerner, because if they do, if they claim that that Lois Lerner's testimony is privileged, that would implicate the President of the United States, and they can't do that.
Right. Right. No,
they cannot say that the reason she can't speak is because the President was involved in deliberations with her. That would prove the Republican case.
Right. They're absolutely in a box on that. Listen, I put my tinfoil hat on a moment ago when you said something terrible would happen to her like Loretta Fuddy. So you think that was probably more than an accident? I do. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, Dr. Grace. But I mean, you know, that's a viable number 3 you had in your list there.
Listen, I mean, when key witnesses suddenly die in random plane crashes,
No, I know.
Can we send Dr. Grace one of our tinfoil hats?
Yeah, we need to send you a tinfoil. You know, from whenever you come on.
You know what? She didn't just die in a plane crash. She died after everybody survived the plane crash.
That's true.
I mean, for crying out loud.
That's true. Everybody, pilot and everybody survived, and then she died.
Scared her to death.
Well, listen, you're just a racist. Let me move along.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.